Welcome to Smokey's Grime Files, and on this one, we are checking out another Grime documentary. This one is Hype Master, Stormin MC. I felt like it was appropriate after covering the Stormin versus Trim shit, and I had watched the Nasty Jack interview that I learn about this person, especially now that we'll say we have a finite amount of material from them that they are gone. But yeah. That's why we're here to check this out. If anybody has any other documentaries, anything like that that are grime related, check out, please put them in the comment section. We can check out more Stormin as well if you guys want me to check out some Stormin stuff. But yeah, let's get into this one. If you could please hit that like and that subscribe, and let's see if this is a good one. That further deal.
What makes Stormin? Why am I so hyped? Why am I so energetic? Why have I got issues? Why do I jump so high? Why do I decide to cartwheel? Because I'm Stormin. I've got ADHD, yeah? That's the only way I know how to bring it out and let my...
He does not sound, or he does not look how he sounds. Like, I did not envision this face with this person when I heard him, especially since I heard him on the grime beef shit first. And and they was talking about he's gonna start spraying it in that bitch.
myself loose on a stage, and I want to be like no other artist. Nobody can be Stormin. You can try and jump, but you won't jump as high as me. You can try and cartwheel, but you won't go all the way round like me. You can try and boss it, but you'll boss it.
That nigga said your cartwheel will not go all the way around like me. And that is the difference. It's the like me that you really gotta pay attention to, because that's the difference.
Won't be horizontal like mine. The music, it's the drums, it's the kicks, it's the snares, it's the hi-hats, and then that bass line that comes in there. Yes, it's my time to be me. Nobody can stop me. No one can hold me back. Hype master, energetic, best way to be.
You can survive. You don't let yourself just shrivel up and die. You fight. You keep going. My idol is Yellow Man, and he's taught me you fight.
Hype. He's one of the biggest MCs in grime. You can't ever take that from him, do you know what I'm saying?
It's never gone. Never gone.
He's the most versatile artist that I know in the whole game.
Just because you see the fame now, you don't know what shit we had to do to get it. It all started when I was 13 and we moved to Stratty. Also had some friends in both Adar, Dizzy, Armour, Natty. All I wanted was some iceberg jeans and my own Ducati. Certain other kids my age, all they thought about was yatties. I was thinking about the belly, had to get my face on telly. Started off shot in the smelly, fucked up in my mind already. Shanked my cousin in the belly, all of us something so petty. Thought
Why are we doing shit against our cousins? That's supposed to be family. And I am the first one to be like, Kane stabbed Abel. Like, that shit is dumb, actually. However, we should start from a place of what ended up getting Abel killed. That's my nigga. Why are we stabbing him? That's family. It just seems like a running theme over there that niggas that be family be beefing. And maybe like in New York, like them niggas fucking 22Gs and his fucking wild ass and them other niggas, they's beefing still in jail. And they cousins. That shit's dumb as fuck. But yeah, you don't see that too often, that cousins in America are warring factions. At least they're just like, they let that shit lie there. I've been so confused. But I keep seeing this shit. And Bashy getting kidnapped. I'm not gonna let that shit go. And they keep getting kidnapped.
I was boxed up that Teddy in the end, like New Delhi. Rah! I'll be on another thing, no more struggling. Trying to bring my brothers in, more shows, more dough, that's more money doubling. Still remember the day that Sharp brought the doubling. 50 man strong, 50 man strong. When we link up, we're like 50 man strong.
Obviously, respect to like you guys, you know what I mean, and all that, coming from the grime scene and actually saying it started with Jungle. Yeah, because don't get me wrong, Jungle's one of the it's homegrown, you know what I mean? It's UK and it's one of the longest scenes running, you know what I mean? Straight from acid house hardcore.
Jungle drum and bass for me has been my foundation. Before any other music, that's what I thought. Let me pick up the mic and give it a go. I made my mum buy a karaoke machine.
That blows my mind to hear people say the thing that they wanted to rap on first were not hip-hop beats. That they wanted to rap over these beats. And I'm just like, that's so crazy. I'm so crazy. But that's the exact divergence of where hip-hop starts and where fucking grime starts. That's why they're different.
I used to tape Cool FM and get the mic out, and that used to be my night.
Then you can go. If you're not storming, then you can go. If you're not Smokey, then you can go, go, go. Get up, and reach to the go. See that door, reach to the go. Get up, reach to the go. Reach to the go.
Mad things I've said and done. I must say that I love my mum.
This nigga don't look like a light-skinned nigga right here? And I'm not talking about because of shit on his face. I'm not. I'm talking about in this particular image. Does he not look like he's a light-skinned nigga? Because this is the image that made me think, oh, I'm like, oh, he's just a light-skinned nigga. He's just gonna be a light-skinned nigga. And then I seen him in color and I was like, what? And then he started talking and I'm like, that's not this. This is not the voice that's supposed to go to this light-skinned nigga from this black and white picture I seen. That's not, no, that's not how this works.
Mad things I've said and done. I must say that I love my mum. Sorry for the bad things that I've done. I put you through hell when I was young. I put you through hell when I was a kid. I know you hate me for the things I did.
Sounds so young and innocent. And then I see the guy, and I'm like, oh no, that's a bad man. That's for sure how I see it. Do you hear this? Tell me this person does not sound innocent and open when you hear this.
Mad things I've said and done. I must say that I love my mum. Sorry for the bad things that I've done. I put you through hell when I was young.
It's so basic, but the emotive nature of how his voice sounds, it's like, oh my God, come on, no.
You through hell when I was a kid. I know you hate me for the things I did. All the times I brought feds to the...
Oh, blood had lupus? It's terrible. Is that what lupus looks like? I don't even know. I thought it was a lung condition.
Crib. All the times I brought feds to our house. Half of the times...
I did find that...
So he died from the same shit that took out, I believe Jay Dilla had lupus, if I remember correctly.
Sometimes the music is...
Why be the niggas with the most fire had lupus? That shit terrible. Terrible.
to take him over a bit. I do remember one morning getting ready for school. He was about 10 years old. And
I like how we switched to Sean as well. I didn't really pick up on that. But, like, I did, though, now, like... Okay.
And he was in the bathroom getting ready, and I'd already been dressed, got ready.
Oh boy, you was spitting image, your mama. Just put a mustache on this lady, with no disrespect, none at all. Put a mustache on her. That's fucking Sean. He is a fucking mirror image of his mother when he grows
Everything.
up. Come on now.
And he was in the bathroom getting ready, and I'd already been dressed, got ready, and everything. All I could hear was, he's in the mirror. He's got his comb or whatever in his hand. All the girls, them, I love me. All the girls, them, I love me. So I'm saying, Sean, the girls might love you, but at this precise moment, we need to get you to school. There's a lot to him than people think. Maybe at school, he wasn't really into the school sort of thing, but lyrically, when you see, I mean, you could put an egg on there and he could make a lyric out of the eggs, because that's how Sean was. Sean was very lyrically talented. And I used to say to him, you know, one of these days, you are going to make it big.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to mums. She's saying that shit with, like, such proud nature. Like, hey, I know my nigga was... Y'all say that shit about that over there, but I knew my nigga, I give him an egg. Just show that bitch. Don't play with me. I know what my baby can do.
I'm really back here. Like, this is, like, the start, the birth. I'm doing sets on Dizzy Rascal's... decks, the wooden decks. He had wooden decks. Like, he kind of made them himself because he didn't have the dough to go and buy them, but they worked. They came in handy. We done.
Niggas are innovative. Niggas made entire DJ decks. Yo, we spoiled over here. We was just taking niggas' vinyl sets and flipping his home stereo systems. Oh, goddamn.
Sets, do you know what I mean?
Right, let's go way back. I was trying to be a jungle drum and bass MC when I was 12, 13 years old. I was too young. They wouldn't let me in. I went into a contest. From the contest, I won that contest, and the winner of the contest was £50 and a slot on Cool FM. Got me 50 quid and went on Cool FM.
That's Marcus? That ain't Marcus. Big old buff ass Marcus? That's Marcus. But these niggas is young men. This nigga look like Snoop Dogg, low-key.
Still too young, they weren't having it.
Nasty, it's 2000 and nasty. We're still here. This is a nasty gang banger. Why you getting mad? Cause they love me.
Hey, this is that shit that boy H was telling me about.
This is a nasty gang banger. Why you getting mad? Cause they love me in the man. I smooth mover, yeah, they call me the dandada. If you wanna hit, we can hit you with that.
If I was a little nigga, I would have. If this had came across the television as a little nigga, I'd have for sure grabbed this. I'd have been like, this shit fire. Who's this nigga? I'm a grown man now, so I'm like, oh my God. This shit look wild as fuck. But if I was a little nigga, oh my God.
Banger. Why you getting
He almost looked like Sci-Hi the Prince.
mad? Cause they love me in the man. I smooth mover, yeah, they call me the dandada. If you wanna hit, we can hit you with the hammers.
The Dandada too, like I understand that now. Like I would have never got it.
In Nasty Crew, Stormin was like the pace setter.
Nasty Crew come about by Marcus
Sharky made music?
and Sharky going to do a set, and they needed another MC. I was called upon, came.
But in the events and the shows, he always would be the guy to kick it off and start it and build the vibe up.
From there, it just evolved, turned into something that I never would ever dream of becoming so big and large.
Since them man's left, it's been strange, but we're still making tunes, things ain't changed. Have you seen when me and Nasty Jack touch stage? And we're not living off a next man's wage.
Could we say that Stormin would be in the same vein of a Pimp C as far as respect and impact into the game? Because if so, because that's how I'm feeling about him right now.
On me, but I ain't been on the front page. I've been making rays from back in the days from when I used to spit at the black pitch cage.
So they took it from pirate radio, DTI running out of there in case you get nicked for performing, to Glastonbury headlining.
He could adapt to do any kind of tempo, genre, style.
It was major. It was a big major part of my career. I'm now classed as one of the greats.
They helped like mould where.
One of the greats.
They helped.
Did he say the Ritz?
Like mould where Grime is now.
It was a struggle. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a walk in the park. It was never handed on you when you played. Certain radios didn't want to play us. Certain clubs didn't want us there. But we kept on going, and that's why I'm here.
Like, we did start something that no one else started, and from there, Nasty Crew just kept growing and growing, and next thing you know, we made Girls Love Nasty. It won 2 awards. We was the first grime track to be on the iTunes. Yeah, it was a good time. It was really good. It was just like, do you know what I mean? Everything's going crazy. What are we gonna do? Nasty Crew came to the point where we decided to all go our own ways. So it got to the point where, what do you do with yourself? I was lost for a good couple of years. Do you know what I mean?
Tight for him. Do you know what I mean? I brought him into my thing. He rolled with me for 2 years without getting any bookings. He come and see what it was about. I see the talent there from day. If he was just anyone and it was anybody, I wouldn't have probably done it. But I knew he had talent as well. I could see that. Do you know what I mean? So we hit it off, and then, yeah, that was it. The rest is history.
The next year ended up winning Best Breakthrough MC. And then from there, I said, this is my destiny, and stuck to it.
SAS show! Best of the best with the very fresh.
fresh flow. When we link up, you already know. The six and we together, that's a killer combo. SAS show.
I'm not gonna lie. In doing these grime things, I have grown a greater appreciation for, we'll say, for the framework I have, electronic music with niggas that rap on it. Cause I used to look at them niggas honestly like clowns, or just like, yo, that shit is trash, or like, you niggas don't even got bars. Like, you just rapping fast. You doing the shit that like most niggas think they nice and they just rap fast. It's like, bro, you just rapping fast. But I've grown a greater appreciation and understanding for how difficult that is. I also say this with done some of those tracks. Excuse me, not doing, but done some of those songs. Like, I've done songs like that. So I'm just like, I don't know. But I've grown a greater appreciation and understanding.
Best of the best of the best with the very fresh flow. When we link up, you already know. The six and we together, that's a killer combo.
So did the lupus turn into the cancer, or he just got this too on top of the lupus? Because if so, it's like, how shitty of a hand are we gonna get my guy? Like, what the fuck?
If you don't know, next week I'm going in for a very serious operation, 12 hours long. I'm gonna shower face it all the way through. And when I come out of that, you know, I'm gonna tell the doctor, boss it, because no one can stop me, trust me. Listen, it's all for a cause. Beat cancer, and right now, stepping up, stepping in, it's my DJs, DJ Fantasy and Mackie G. When you're ready, let it go.
I went to the hospital and I had to sit in there with the people, and they told me there and then, and when I come out, I was just like gobsmacked. At first, I just had to sit there and think, what am I gonna do? And then I just said to myself, do you know what? I'm gonna punch this up in a different way. I'm gonna shank it. It's not coming back, and I'm gonna get rid of it.
When I heard Stormin got cancer, it was a lot for me because he's been involved in a lot of my life, do you know what I mean? So it was a hard time for me, and I know a lot of people, like Stormin's family, and ever since I've known Stormin, since he was young, he's had lupus. So when the cancer thing came to me, it hit me twice because I already knew what he's had to go through the whole of his life, because when we was young, remember we were kids, when I first met Stormin, I didn't know what was on his face. Do you know what I'm saying? You're young, you're immature. You might bust jokes, you might... Like, I was young and dumb enough to think that if he held the mic, I might get the same thing on my face, you know what I'm saying? So I'm coming from that, do you know what I'm saying? And growing up with people chatting shit and having to deal with man for violating, do you know what I'm saying? So that whole thing, and then to live through that and have to face and be on camera and MC and go to shows and be yourself, like, first, that is a mad thing.
You never give up, because you should always be fighting to the death of whatever it is, do you know what I'm saying? So that's the message that I feel that Stormin represents with this whole cancer scenario. It's a fighter, do you know what I mean? A survivor.
People ask, how do I go on stage bareface if you lot knew all the hatred I went through?
Of course they're gonna hate you, we're the force of nature. Explore the coast to make you, calling us we greater. Trips out to Jamaica, all the Lord's my savior. All the Lord's my savior, all the Lord's my savior, fuck what they say.
When I was having my radiotherapy, I was doing things like coming out for 15 minutes. Doing a bit, then going for 5 minutes, coming back out for another 15, going for 10, coming back out for 15, coming. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it had a big impact on me, do you know what I mean? It wasn't a walk through the park.
Right, what is your name?
Jakai.
And how old are you?
5 years old.
Yeah, I'm Trey. Trey Jean Warren Lewis. Obviously, my dad's son.
Do you know why are they filming you today? What is this for?
For my dad.
Well, at first, when I was younger, I just knew him as my dad. Like, usually I just thought, well, he's my dad, not much else. But obviously, as I grew up, I realised that he was more than just that. He was Stormin MC. And lately, as I got into secondary school, people actually started to recognise that. So I started to feel, do you know what I mean, privileged.
I got my hype master with me today. That's the original hype master. This kid made Bust It, yeah?
What's your favourite song of Daddy's?
Bust it!
It got me recognised even more, so I mean, more popular at school. You know, always good for the ladies. He's telling my dad Stormin.
This nigga flexing his dad's name.
Just always a happy guy, always lively, just made everyone happy.
Well, do you know what I mean? Like, so how you doing, mate? You all right, mate? Boy, I'm a bumbuck like bad boy, you know, me just a turn up one day and watch the water. You sure, bruv? Yeah, man, come here, original gold teeth, back teeth, duck, the original side teeth, wingman thing. All right, bruv, calm down. Well, don't start with me, you know, come here, bad boy. All right, mate, safe.
Writing the CD was just like my way of getting everything out, getting all my feelings out, getting the way I felt out. If I was angry that day, I would make an angry track.
I was laying in a bed, it felt like I was in jail. Yeah, I had my own room, but it looked like a cell. Hardly spoke to my boys, only spoke to my girl. Can't believe I'm alive, still living in this shit world. I've been cut open twice, different types of knives. When the machine flatlines.
If I was emotional that day, I'll make an emotional track. I was just going on exactly how I felt.
Life is what you make it, I'm just letting you know. You can take it where you want to take it, just give it a go. Right now I'm on my own, on this rocky road. It might be hot outside, but I'm feeling kind of cold. You can cut my skin, but you can't cut my soul. Like the Greek gods, my heart is made with gold.
It is a hard thing to deal with and to...
Is Stormin from East London?
Have to talk to your peers about, do you know what I mean? A lot of them broke down, a lot of them cried straight away, some of them couldn't even carry on the conversation.
I cried. I actually cried. Called my friend Sharky, I didn't know what to say to Storm.
It's kind of hard taking that news on, do you know what I mean? And it's like seeing what he has to go through. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts.
Straight to the point kind of thing. He said, boom, like, I've got skin cancer. And I'm at work, literally, I've just, like, dropped everything, like, kind of dizzy kind of thing in that kind of sense. And from then, obviously, you just had to just say, no, fuck it, we just got to just go with it, innit? If that's what it is, we just got to roll with it and just ride it out and obviously just fight it, innit, all together.
Something said to me, nah, Stormin's got a lot more to do. Like, this guy's gonna fight until he can't fight no more.
My brother Stormin got it all fucking clear this week. And he's been an inspiration to each and every one of us through this time. Victory, man, fuck cancer. Come on, Stormin. Don't forget to rush the forward when it ends, man. Yeah! Victory starts. When I say fuck, you say cancer. Fuck! Fuck! Yeah, there you go. Make some noise for Stormin!
Got deep. We're going to the hospital.
Even though I know what the fuck the outcome is, I already know shit terrible. Some fucking bullshit.
I'm going in for a ultra scan for a lump that I found in my neck recently. Hopefully it's just skin tissue from the operation that they took, or even an ingrown hair from the skin that they've taken. But it could be the worst.
Was it in the lines before?
Yeah.
I would also just like to point out, because there's just a lot of black people who just think that black people have skin cancer. Give you case in point. It does happen. It does happen. We need to get checked for everything. Fucking use your insurances, or if you live somewhere where the shit is free, go get checked. Why not? If it's free, why not? Better safe than sorry.
now we can stop this.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be done in a couple of minutes. You're not allergic to plasters? Don't ask him now because he's oh, sorry. Well done. Plasters. Don't ask him now. Oh, sorry. Well done. Was it that bad?
No.
Slide me hand back now.
Thank you.
This one, yeah? Right at the right time, didn't I?
No. First one, it's the first one.
Well done, you.
Thank you.
That's fine. Pop let me just put the sticker, the plaster back up there. All right.
The doctor there actually said that my lymph nodes are clear and everything looks fine. It looks like a cyst. I still got to wait for a week for it to come back. Hopefully it is a cyst and everything's good to go. The cancer was a big wake-up call. Wouldn't say it was the best thing, but it kind of was, because I've kind of changed for better. I don't want to be the best and I don't want to be the worst. I want to remain to maintain my name in the game, simple and plain.
Sean really thought that he was going to be okay.
So left the hospital and they are saying Thursday I'm going in for my major op. They're going to remove the tumour here, then they're going to take a muscle from my chest here to fill the hole there, then they're going to take some skin from here and a vein from there to put in there and take out all the lymph nodes going across.
It was, they were happy with the surgeries and that they'd taken, you know, certain parts out, and it gave him, it was never gone, never gone. That was always Sean's way of dealing with the cancer. Facing it was to ignore it, not ignore that he had cancer, but to not, it wasn't going to beat him, and that is what he done when he denied to himself that it was gone, because it was never gone.
I just feel like his whole life has been just a fight.
Yeah, when you find, like, it's one of them things, like, when you find out, like, a friend is ill, you don't believe it, like, and you always expect to, like, it's one of them weird things. I've had this conversation with a few MCs and stuff since, it's like, you always expect everyone, I've had this conversation
I went
with
back because I'm like, is this nigga missing a pinky? Why is this nigga missing a pinky?
a few MCs and stuff since, it's like, you always expect everyone to be around, but everyone's immortal in a way.
Yeah, it's all swollen, like the whole side of my face is swollen, as you can see, boom, boom. That, believe it or not, is my muscle from here, from my chest. They took it out, twisted it, and put it in there, so he's alive.
So from him having the operation...
Bravery to come on camera with the wounds open. Patches of skin that don't match other patches of skin. But that boy Stormin didn't give a fuck.
In June, his neck never closed up again. So... And then a tumour developed in that section, and that's why it became so bad.
Hey! Yeah, he's alive. That's all my live crew. He's there. He's alive. He's talking. He's walking. He's moving. You can't stop him. Mr. Bussett. Hey!
Because he's quite active online, I don't think anyone realised how sick that he was. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, so today's my day really to just relax, get my strength together, get meditated as much as possible, because the pain, like as you can see, look at my neck, like it's really big and fat. That's all the lymph nodes. That's the tumour there. And look, you can see lymph nodes there. Look, can you see one there? You can see one there. Obviously, I put cannabis cream on it, so it looks a bit smaller. But yeah, like got one in my there's loads. So it's like we've got a lot of work to do in it. So they're saying it's going to be around an 8 to 10 hour operation tomorrow. So hopefully we're in and out. But the pain right now is abnormal.
Yeah, so last night I went to studio, I was in bare pain, but I didn't give a shit. I went to just, I've got to get stuff done. The work must go on, you must fight it.
And then one day I went to go and pick Jakai up from school, and I thought I'd leave Sean for a little while because it was obviously difficult. He needed silence where he was sick. You know, when you're sick, you just want a quiet environment, and it's hard when you've got a 4-year-old there.
Thank you, Daniel, saying best crowd hype. Listen, I don't know when I'm going to be back. Hopefully before Christmas. How to explain? If you know, Stormin's half paralysed, like my mouth. Only half of it works. So that side works, that side don't. But I'm not letting it get me.
So we just went over to the park, and then my phone rang, and it was Sean's auntie. So I just answered it like you.
The wild shit about this is I'm so emotionally invested in, we'll say, the overarching whatever grime is, that like this person and all these things. And I know much. I'm like, this shit terrible. This shit, it's like it's happening to a nigga I know. And I'm trying to learn about the nigga.
Usual, and she said, Gary's dead. And I didn't really believe that. That's Sean's dad.
I sure was about to say, who the fuck is Gary?
And took about 5 minutes to sink in, and then I suddenly thought, what on earth am I going to do? I've got to go back and tell that man that his father has died while he is that sick. And I just thought, if I go and tell him, that's going to kill him straight away, and I couldn't manage to do it by myself. So I phoned some family to come, and I just had to come back home and be quiet, not tell him. But in the meantime, while I was waiting for people to come, somebody had left him a voicemail to say that your dad's died. And that was awful. No one can possibly understand.
Who the fuck is leaving that voicemail? Who needs that voicemail? You I want to be first ass. Unless it was his mama. I don't understand why you leave that voicemail. If you ain't talk to that nigga directly, you gotta allow it. What the fuck? You left that on a voicemail? How you tell a nigga his daddy died on a voicemail? You a wild motherfucker. What the fuck?
And what that was like. That was one of the cruelest things I've ever been through, to be honest. Just that man, he just jumped up out of bed and said, "Not my dad, not my dad. Please, not my dad." And yeah, man, my heart just broke for him right then.
We did a lot together. We was always together. Through this whole struggle, my dad has been by my side, taking me to the hospitals, being there for me. And to find out that he's not alive no more it's been very devastating for me.
The grief was different.
That man's mouth is half paralyzed. Imagine how hard it is to talk with such presence and diction with half of a fucking mouth.
Difficult because he had a cancer fight to fight. And I think in his dad passing, it gave him a reason to live and to try to live and to continue to live for his sons.
Yeah, everybody's like, you be all right, keep your head high. No, don't tell me to keep my head high and I'll be all right, because you don't know Stormin, yeah? As much as Stormin is always, bust it, yeah, he has a heart, he's a human, yeah? Like, he cries, he has emotions, he has a family, yeah? So...
First time I've heard him speak outside of the booth in a way that lets me know that the shit he actually is going through, the shit that we can see, that shit is real pressure on him.
It's very hard, man. Like, very hard.
He used to say that he could see him sitting on the end of the bed, or he'd be like, my dad was just in the room, I could feel it.
Out to Katie saying I'm a soldier, thank you. Well, I've got 2 kids. They're my fucking world. I'll do anything for them 2 boys. And I've got to be strong for them as well as myself. Right. I'm going to come back live in a minute. Jamaica is ringing.
I never, ever imagined he'd make it to Jamaica. I really didn't. Like, physically, no. No way. But mentally, I knew that he was going to do it.
And he was determined, but he went 5 days into chemotherapy.
Jesus Christ.
He had to go there. His dad always wanted him to go there.
Him going to Jamaica was a dream come true for him.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Jamaica. Yay.
Sean got told that he could never go to Jamaica by his family because of the way that he looked. And I just knew whatever happened, he was going to go there.
Is there an actual reason that he can't go to Jamaica because of how he look? What the fuck? Don't sick people go to tropical places all the time? Or, like, they're just like, Jamaica, like, be like, oh, you sick? Like, you can't come? Like, what the fuck?
Like, he went in the middle of chemo. You know, he was going to go there because Sean loved to prove people wrong, and good for him as well.
Nice and relaxing. Yeah, the lupus led to the cancer.
Right.
Is that something that's common?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like I said, I'm invested at this point. So to see you have the strength to want to go and do a fucking interview to raise the profile of awareness so somebody after you might be able to have a better outcome while you're supposed to be on a fucking once-in-a-lifetime vacation and staring down your fucking mortality. Nigga out here with a motherfucking silk Louis Vuitton outfit with the matching shoes with the fucking do-rag. Shit. Hey, if you don't know about Stormin, it's your first time. We can say at this moment, if Stormin did it, he ain't do that shit half-ass. Cause Jesus Christ.
It depends. It's because I was out in the sunlight too much, performing around the world in different countries and not putting on sunblock and stuff.
The catalogue of artists that he came across when he was there was amazing. Like, the second day of him being there, he was like, yeah, I'm just standing next to Shaggy.
Like, he found a strength in him where he just kept going and kept going. There was a day when he couldn't do nothing, and he stayed in the bed all day, and then the next day after that, he got up and he was just back to normal.
Anything happened to me, my wife has to deal with my kids. Do you know what I mean? And on her own, it's not nice. Do you know what I mean? For anyone. So, man is fighting, Stormin. He ain't dying like that. He's dying with a fight.
He flew on a journey across the world after having extreme chemotherapy 5 days before, and so his 3 weeks entering Jamaica were with side effects from chemotherapy that are not nice side effects, but he did it. He got there, he got back.
So it's like, you can either give up or keep going. And I choose to keep going.
Okay, so Sean had been back from...
What was Sting doing in Jamaica? Somebody said something about Sting in Jamaica in the comment sections, and then they gave me a video. I opened it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, so Sean had been back from Jamaica nearly a week.
Right. Scenario goes. He had been diagnosed stage 3 advanced cancer. So, tumour, then in the skin, tumour. 6 tumours. Yeah? Chemotherapy, They're taking the ball out. I had a ball in. What they took out the ball, but I'll show you what I've got to walk around with. Just so you know how real Stormin is.
I don't need to know no more, man.
Can you see it? Yeah?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah? Hold on. Look.
I heard Sean get up.
I had one of them shits. Them shit's terrible. I had a bitch come to my house, fucking swapping that bitch out for me too, make sure it was clean.
And I thought that he'd got up to take his painkillers, and then I just heard a massive bang, and Sean had collapsed in the hallway. I picked him up, and he was just pointing at his throat, saying, like, gesturing that he can't breathe.
The doctors are saying we are now going into the unknown. They don't know what's going on.
And then he managed to get a few words out, and he said, I'm dying, call my mum. And so I rang his mum, and then I rang an ambulance, and then...
The presence of mind to know what the fuck you're going through and to say, hey, call my mom before calling the ambulance. Oh my God. To be that squared away mentally in these situations, facing such mortal fucking things, it's just like, oh fuck, this is shit that, like, I should fucking be like 85, 92, 76, like crazy numbers. Like, blood probably didn't even get to hit 40. Oh, this is ridiculous.
I just sat down next to him, and I was a bit scared because I didn't want our little boy to wake up and see him like that. Anyway, I sat down next to him, and I just told him that you're not dying right now, it's not your time, like, it's definitely not right now. Like, his oncology nurse that's been dealing with us the whole time, we went outside the room, we were just having a talk about what would happen, and she just turned and she said, you do realise that Sean's not going to come out of here? I mean, understandably, people don't
John Q, the whole hospital.
know what to say in that situation, because it's not like when you're ill and someone could say, oh, it's okay, you'll be better soon, like, you're dying, it's really hard. I tried to bring him home a few times, but they said that medically I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
So I've got to try and put on some weight and get some help. They're trying to put me in a hospice, but I feel that if I go into a hospice, that's you on the way to dying, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't even want to hear about none of that shit.
They said, we're going to try and get you a place in a hospice so that it will be more comfortable for you, because you need palliative care, and the hospitals are not very good at offering it, so we're going to get you a place in there. I don't even know who decided it or how it even came about, but in 24 hours we were getting married. We got married in the hospital. Yeah, it was probably one of the most amazing weddings you'd ever go to. I think so. I looked horrendous. I had like 10 minutes to get ready, and I just didn't care. It was just, there was nothing material about it whatsoever. When I first danced after, I remember I was physically holding Sean up. Right, he really wanted to do it, but he just wanted to go upstairs to bed. He wanted to so much. I remember just trying to dance, and he was doing so well, but I was holding on to him.
Bye, Queens, laters. We're never coming back to here, but we've got to take Angela with us. All right. Here to get some rest, get some strength, yeah? Pass it.
Those aren't bad, though. Get yourself some cross colors or some Carl Canine. I've never seen that colorway either.
I remember on the Sunday saying to him, Sean, he was quite asleep, and I said, Sean, Kai's going to be 5 on Wednesday. And he just looked up at me, like his eyes shot open, and he looked up at me and didn't say anything, but his eyes just looked at me as if to say, I'm not going to be here on Wednesday. I'm not going to make it until Wednesday. There's no way I'm going to make it. I saw a tear run down his face, and then I realised that that's it.
So when we gonna get Stormin straight out of motherfucking Eastbow or wherever the fuck this nigga from?
I always did say I didn't want to be there the day he does go, because obviously by then we already knew. I don't know, I still feel like when he does go.
They need to give me a sponsorship, but shout out to EasyJet, man. Y'all made my life easy out there, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Oof. Hop, skipping, jumping, anywhere I wanted to go.
Because obviously by then we already knew. I don't know, I still feel like weird, like even thinking about it now and how it managed to work out, because I always said I'm never going to be there no matter what. Like, I'll find a way to not be there when it does happen, because I can't see him. That's not going to be my last memory of my big brother for me personally.
He was safe and he was comfortable in the hospital because the nurses were brilliant with him. But his journey at the end was a very fearful journey. Still a determined fighter, still fought to live every day, but it was scary for him. And he faced it with, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not dying. And he, right up until the end, literally 2 hours before he passed away, he was not going anywhere.
The boys, they're coping as well as they.
I've just now realized this. Why the fuck did we only hear from his mom that one time? Was she just not able to, like, obviously, like, I totally understand it, just can't get on camera and talk about your baby. Totally understand that. Totally understand. But if that's the case, no further questions. But, like, I don't understand why we didn't get more from her. I would have loved to hear from her.
They can. You know, I'm not going to say it's not difficult, because it really is. It really, really is.
That shit terrible. Nah, blood. I don't need that. Not like that, but like I'm not trying to. Y'all trying to make me cry and shit. I can't do it, but I'm sorry.
I was in 5 months. That's all I ever saw in 5 months. I was in
hard.
That was the most amount of physical peace you could see, was them 2 hours in 5 months. That's all I ever saw in 5 months, because he fought to live. Shaking.
That day was one of the hardest days of my life. Having to see him just lying there.
It's okay. It's okay. It's surreal. Because you wait every day for him to stop breathing and go. And you go to sleep, you wake up, he woke up. We did the same thing. We did our routine, and it was shock. Although we knew he was going to die, it's the shock of it, isn't it? Because it finally happened. He was finally at peace. And he fought like nobody ever fought to live.
I'll be fucking trying not to cry, you know. It's just like...
It's emotional, baby. It's emotional. And he's left a huge hole.
This shit terrible. Terrible.
If I could say anything to Sean
You're gonna have me stressful.
now, thank you for allowing me to be part of your life. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. Thank you for giving me them. Because they're the reason I continue. Sean came into this part, Sean's last part of his journey came at a really difficult time for me, and I believe more than anything that he did so much more for me than I did for him in his journey. The first thing he said when they told him there was no more that they could do was, "Is that my career over?" He didn't even say, am I going to die? Is that it? I can't perform anymore.
All the pain, suffering, struggling, gone. But Sean isn't gone though. He's not gone from me, and he never ever will be, ever.
Please, for the MC Stormin, everybody put the lighters up. Lighters up. We're gonna put a fire for the MC Stormin right now. The flames in the air. That's our brother right there. Everybody pass on your lighters, please, for the MC Stormin. Yeah. Original bad boy MC. Come on, get the lights up. Lighter. R.I.P. Lighter. Everybody flash a lighter! Lighter! Everybody lighter! Salute Rampage! Wow, look at this! Look at this! It's... Wow, look at this! Look at this! It's like fireflies! We made it, boys! Trust me! Yeah, man, we got Stormin. Look at that shit! For the MC Stormin! That's our brother there. Everybody put some lighters in the air for the MC Stormin right about now. One love across the world, drum and bass love. All over the world. Lighters in the air, everybody. Thank you very much. Stormin.
Absolute crowd hype master. There's not going to be another MC that comes in drum and bass that will ever be able to do what he's done. It's incredible. The legacy will live on forever because he's irreplaceable and no one will ever replace him, man.
Somebody say bossy! Say bossy! He's the high master! High master!
I've been through some highs and lows, yeah. Just wondering where my story goes, yeah. See, I've been through some highs and lows, yeah. Just wondering where my story goes, yeah. See, I've been through some highs and lows, yeah. Just wondering where my story goes. Cause I've been through some highs and lows, highs and lows. I've been through some highs and lows, highs and lows. I've been through some highs and lows, highs and lows. I've been through some highs and lows. Yeah, I've been through some highs and lows. Yeah, I've been through some highs and lows.
I've had to go through the lows before it went high. A dark rocky road with no clear skies. Every other night I ask the Lord why. Gotta keep fighting, I gotta keep fighting. I can't let it kill me, I can't die. Going through the real pain, they see a man cry. Hurt bad to hear my friend say his sister died. Even though it was my sister, I still cried to hold the tears in. I tried, and then more news that could make a man die. I looked up at the Lord and asked why. Why? Why do you have to make my family cry? Why do you bring me low when I'm high? My career's at the best point in my life. If this is a test, I'm asking you why. Would you choose now? Over my face, I wanna tell. There's something in me, they gotta get it out. The feelings I gotta let it out. Feel to break down, let it out. Got people praying for me when I'm heading out. I was living unhealthy, but I gotta sort it out. They say CBD can really help me out. So I gotta try it out. No matter what I gotta try it out. There's no cure for cancer, but I'll try it out. Give me the CBD, I'll try it out. I got so many bookings flying out. Do you know my whereabouts? So until I'm dead and gone, I'm gonna fight it out.
Through my highs and lows, yeah.
Yeah, man, this shit was really good. This shit is just super fucking sad. And just Now I feel fucking like I've gone through fucking a goddamn loss and shit. And technically, like I have because like I really do enjoy music on that level. So it's like, damn, like I really do understand what we done lost. But like watching this shit, like it really endears you to the person. So then by the time like the shit that you know, because that's why the fuck we're watching it. I know what the fucking end result is. But to see how we get to the end result, and like he says in the song at the end, like, fuck, man, like, what kind of bitch ass nigga makes a nigga sit at the highest point of their fucking life when it's all aces? Shut that shit down. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm just gonna say some just darker shit if I just keep going because I'm upset. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like Prince and Michael being dead. Why? It's just we don't need these people to be gone. There's so many other trash people being fucking here. Jesus, this sucks. I for sure gotta check out some more Stormin because I just we gotta see what the not the hype at this point, but just like what the hype is about, like all the other songs because I don't know any of his actual music. I know it's War Dub with Trim and then snippets I heard through this. It's literally it. And maybe I heard my nigga on a couple of fucking sets, but probably not though, because I don't even remember the nigga. So yeah, that one set where that nigga pulled the pistol, but that doesn't really count. That nigga pulled the pistol on that nigga. You niggas think it's a joke thing. It's not a rap thing. But yeah, that's it. This was fire. I think this was H that told me to watch this, or somebody told me to watch this. But yeah, that's why I was checking this out. Thank you very much for getting all the way through this with me. If you did, it's greatly appreciated. That's gonna be it for me for this one and tonight. I'll see you guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next one.